How are people around the world dealing with the corona situation? My name is Barbara H. Schmitt, and I have interviewed people from more than 20 countries around the world in a 5 hours Insta Live. So here you can see the result from the interview. Enjoy! So just an update about the situation in Greece here. Last time I spoke to Asmina, that wasn't able to be a part of this interview here today. She told that to go outside, everyone is in quarantine, and to be able to go outside, even to walk with your dog, you need to send a permission by SMS, that you need to write your full name and give your address, and then you need to wait for a reply that's saying what time and for how long time and where you can go with your dog for a walk. Just to make the here we have Inês with me, and you know everything about the current situation in the refugee camp.
Yes.
So please share your information.
So until last week, more or less, I was living in Lesbos and essentially working in Moria camp with a legal organization. We are still working, but we can't go out, so we are working in telework or working at distance. So the majority of the volunteers return home. This is my case, and just the coordinators are still there. Regarding the situation in Greece, now is more, and Greece and refugees is more complicated, because in the last days appeared first one woman with coronavirus that lives in a refugee camp in the north of Greece, and yesterday they found out that at least 20 people are also with coronavirus in a camp with 2,000 people. So all the camp is in quarantine right now. And this is the biggest fear right now for all the NGOs and people with concerns with refugees and the conditions in refugee camps. And if we think this in a 2,000 camp, imagine now in a camp that have 20,000 refugees, like Moria, with, for example, each bathroom serves to 300 people. Many times don't exist water. The garbage collection is very difficult, and the medical facilities are also very reduced. And in Lesbos is another problem, because the general hospital is very small too. So if the numbers of the people with coronavirus increase, will be a very problematic thing, because don't exist a lot of space. Right now, the last information that we have is that exist 5 people with coronavirus in Lesbos. All are Greek, but every studies and every report saying this is a question of time to arrive to the 2 refugee camps that exist in Lesbos. And yeah, we don't know what will happen. Now people are taking some measures, but yes, will be very.
We just got like a question here. How can they keep quarantine and distance in those camps?
It's a really good question, because it's impossible.
Yeah.
First, if we think, for example, in Moria, that is the camp that I know best, because this is one I worked. The camp was thought for 3,000 people, and right now are 20,000 people. So the capacity is already exploding without the coronavirus. So with coronavirus, it's impossible to do the separation. But it's not just the coronavirus, because when I arrived in Lesbos, we had, for example, meningite crisis or skin problems crisis. So we, of course, now the most problematic thing is coronavirus, but the other problems are still there too. So
yes. Yeah, there is another question here. What do you think will happen?
if arrive to the camps, like happen in the north of Greece, will spread very, very easily. The most interesting thing for me was since 2 weeks ago, more or less, a group of refugees or asylum seekers start organizing themselves and starting to do awareness between the refugees and the asylum seekers, start to do organization to go to the supermarket or to food distribution, start to clean at least some parts of the camp, start to collect fundraising to put some big bottles of water and sanitizers and alcohol in more common spaces. But still the bad conditions are there, and it's impossible to do the isolation, it's impossible to do a correct cleaning of people and of the area. So
and even like if you just have gloves and masks, it's not gonna help.
No, will spread very easily. And now another problem is that the government prohibits people go out of the camp. So to get to them to receive the money, supposedly they will put some money machines inside of the camp, but they still didn't do that. So people are now without money. So we also don't know how will be this in the next week or something.
Yes, that's a really hard situation, and we just need to cross our fingers.
The good part is that the refugees themselves and the organization are starting to plan something and organize something, but still is very, very few if the virus arrives there. And for everyone, the experts, the doctors and etc., saying that it's just a question of time to arrive there. Just I would like to say one more thing.
Yes.
The other aspect that might be interesting is also, in the last month, many problems happened between the local community and the refugees, and I think with this situation change a little bit, because refugees also start to help the local community to fight the virus. So a change of the perspective in the relation between them. So they understand that it's not only the local community that needs to help refugees. The opposite situation also can happen.
Oh, that's so good that they are. Yeah.
Yes, it's a very bad situation. Everyone wants to go out, of course, but still something good we can take from this.
Yes. And I just read, later on you can talk about the Portugal situation and go into what Portugal just did now with the asylum seekers. Yes. So then we go back to Portugal later on.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you, Inês, for updating us here with the refugee situation in Greece.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you in the Portugal.
Yes. Bye. See you later.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. See you soon, and bye-bye.